Hey there guys, and welcome back. Just going to be going over some of the basics of team tactics in this one. Basically what the board is and everything, everything on the board means. Over on the left, when you have champions out, it'll actually show you what bonuses you are getting close to and the current bonuses you have out on the field, which if you just hover over them, it'll show you what each one does. I'll get into more in-depth videos about those later. Then on the left side, right next to where your character spawns up above it, you got your interest rate. This you can check on your opponent's side too over on the right. Depending on how many of these like brown cases you have or how many brown cases your opponent has, that's how much interest you're getting. 1 gold for each one of those, so you can kind of keep track of who's saving up their gold or who's burning it all, and use that to evaluate like how your team's doing. Because if you have full gold interest and you lose to someone who has like no gold interest coming in, then you're probably in a better position depending on how hard you lost. Then we got up at the top, it shows exactly what's coming up next. The normal helmet means that it's just another player fight, and then the one that has something green in it, that's the carousel. That means the carousel round's coming up. And then the other ones with the animals are where you fight the wolves or the raptors to get items. And up at the top we also have a little countdown that shows you how long you have left in the round to fight. So if you and your opponent are fighting at the same time and the timer runs out before one of you wins, you're both going to take damage depending on how many champions are out. Then in the middle, of course, we got the board where your champions fight, and right below that we got the champion pool. This is your sideline. This is where you use to upgrade your champions. There's 9 slots that you can end up filling up, but if you end up getting 3 copies of the same champion, it upgrades it to a 2-star, and then if you get 3 2-stars, it upgrades it to a 3-star. So you gotta be careful of filling this up and not have too many different champions there, or else if you roll one, you're gonna have to sell some things off to upgrade another one. So trying not to upgrade too many things at once is usually pretty handy. Then below that we got the current champion pools choices that you got. Also shows you what buffs they're going to give you. Every champion only gives you 1 point towards a buff, and duplicates of the same champion being out on the field do not give you a buff. So you can't have 2 Warwicks out and get a wild bonus. You have to have like a Warwick or an Italy to have the wild bonus. Then on the left we got the refresh, which costs you 2 gold every time. This is going to give you 5 new champions, and depending on what level you are, depends on the chances of what champions you're going to get. Probably make a different video about that. Then we got the experience bar down here on the bottom left. They made how close you are on leveling up really small, so it's kind of hard to see sometimes. But basically you can only spend 4 points into this at once, 4 gold, and every gold you put into it is a point towards your level up. So if you're like on 23 of 30, then you need to put in 7 gold to be able to level up and add another member to your main field. And that's going to cost you 8 gold altogether, because you can only do it in multiples of 4. You also get 2 XP after every fight. So after every fight you're just going to automatically get 2 XP towards your next level up of adding more members into your main front line. Then on the right hand side we got all the other players and what their current HP is. Yours is the yellow one, and it'll tell you exactly how close people are to getting knocked out. And for carousel rounds it goes bottom to top for who's going to have first pick. So the person with the lowest HP always has first pick, and it goes by multiples of 2. So the bottom 2 people are going to pick first, and then it goes up and the next 2 people who are lowest are going to pick next, till it gets all the way up to the top. Then in the bottom right we have the map that shows you what platform you're fighting on, and is most useful for checking out what all the other players are doing in the game, so you can go over and view how they're fighting or what teams they're building and what you want to try to do to counteract that, or how you want to place your characters. So that's it for the basics of the field, and hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be uploading more in-depth stuff about the game, and so if you like it, just like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, have a good one.